It was good to get out here and, slowly work it within the team. I know there's a bunch of guys who are trying to fight for the last spots, and I know it's an important game before we go down to Costa Rica, before our last, basically, our friendlies before we head into qualifying. So we're all a little bit anxious, but more so we just want to go out and just kind of do our thing.
Well, we were looking for progress, as much as we were wanting to do well and maybe get a result against a senior team. First and foremost, we wanted to see growth from the last game. Looked at the last game, and there were a lot of positives. And we wanted to continue to build on those positives, but we also needed to address some things. So we went back to work and training. We had 3 sessions. We addressed some things, and I thought, those things showed up in the game, and that's, for me, the most pleasing part of what we did today in the performance.
I played in 2 different spots. A lot of guys have played multiple positions, trying to figure out what combinations really work best. So a lot of it's just Coach Porter really feeling out situations and trying to figure out which players will fit within our team, and then we'll slowly figure out the system and the players within it. And I know a lot of guys, even with the first team, that could possibly be with us, with Juan and Breck and Teal and guys like that.
Well, we need to start to see chemistry, and as we build our lines, within the system that we're playing, we want to start to build some chemistry in the back line, the mid 3 and the front 3, and then also collectively, how does the group fit together, keeping in mind that we need to be effective in the attack, but also we need to be balanced defensively as well. And so there's a lot of little moving parts there that the only way we figure out what the right fit is and the best fit is by experimenting a little bit with it.
You're always looking for goals, regardless of what happened. I think we just tried to, imprint our style within the game as much as we could, and I think that we did a pretty good job with that. And if you watch, you can really see the way we want to play, and I think that it's an exciting way of playing, and it's a little bit, obviously forward-thinking at time, but everyone's really excited and happy to be playing that way.
Their team has done really well. I think, the 23's, they look to play the ball a lot. I think it's, I think possession-wise they outplayed us in both games. They definitely keep the ball. I think, sometimes we're a little bit more lethal when we do get the opportunity to score. I think that's what we've shown in the last couple games, but, they've battled us step for step each game. Even though the first game was 4-0, it wasn't indicative of what actually happened on the field. So it's good to see that the level's rising from top to bottom to top, and it's gonna help us out, and in 10, 20 years from now.
It's important because we're playing a high-level opponent with very good players, guys that are pros. So that experience will help us grow, but also just it's a great experience for them to measure themselves against the best players in this country and be in front of Jurgen Klinsmann. We've had a great partnership already with Jurgen, and really enjoyed spending time with him here. We spent a couple hours and chatted the other day, and he's been very cooperative, very open, and we have a great, I think, cooperation right now, which is refreshing.
I love playing with the national team. I know it's a different level, and it mentally it takes a lot more out of you. You have to be, composed on the ball for 90 minutes. You have to be, mentally aware of the things around you. It's good for me to be back at this level and be training at this level, and getting the games that we're getting at this camp. So, I'm really excited about the opportunity to show Jurgen what I have to offer, and hopefully I can kind of convince him that I can have a look with some more games in the future. But obviously it starts with the next 2 games in this camp.